Around the World Trip episode 22. Welcome to the city of Herat, Afghanistan. We're gonna dodge the traffic like Scooby-Doo, drink some tasty local juice, explore the history, see the markets, take some pictures and have lots of fun. Let's do it. Hi guys, I am now in Herat at the Ministry of Culture. I am here with Abdul Halim. So the bottom line is, if you want to visit any mosques or if you want to go to historical places, castles, you need this. In every province you have to go to the Ministry of Culture to get a permit that you can visit these places. It's free. All you need is to go there and bring your passport. You will have to show this whenever you go to historical places. This is a mad place to be, market. But it is also fascinating. You can find anything and everything. From scarves to clothing to medicine to honey, food to restaurants, including my favorite, which is the lamb kebab. There's no one in the world who makes that as well as the Afghanis do. There is, however, a tricky part. You cannot really use a camera in public because there are women walking around. So I have to film very secretly. Taking pictures of women is generally not allowed, and if you get caught, it can be a problem. This is one of my favorite after lunch or after food things is fresh squeezed juice out of the carrots, and you can also get pomegranates or apple. Thank you. And I really like the carrot one. It's about 20 Afghani usually. That is like 30 cents, and it's very good. If you wonder what crossing the traffic in Afghanistan is like, this is what it's like. And this is kinda not too bad. Time to check out the mosque. It is supposed to be a marvel of architecture. Welcome to the central mosque of Herat. An absolutely astonishing place. At the beginning, this mosque was a Zoroastrian temple dating back to about 7th century. Afterwards, it's been converted to an Islamic mosque. About 100 years ago, it's gone through pretty extensive renovation. And now it's getting repaired again. Quite extensively, because last year there's been a huge earthquake in the whole Herat province. Thousands of people died and lost their homes, mostly villages. It's been 6.3 magnitude earthquake. The villages that are sort of the traditional mud brick structures were hit the hardest. I think it was something like 90% of the people who lost their life were women and children, because those are generally the people that have to stay in their homes throughout the day. The mosque itself didn't get damaged extensively. It looks like they're about to finish the reconstruction.
And all these homes, huge homes, is for the student. They study Holy Quran here and the other subject of Islam. This is a place for people. They study here and they pray here God.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Despite some of the polished appearances, there is a darker side to the Afghan reality. Ever since the US pulled out and the Taliban took over, most of the international NGOs and governments stopped cooperating and working with Afghanistan in any way, shape or form. The result is widespread poverty and hunger. Onwards to today's stop number 2. Now I am at the citadel of Herat. This place is astonishingly old, and it's dating all the way back to Alexander the Great. The fees for a lot of tourist attractions in Afghanistan can sort of be all over the place. Many of them you can go for free. Tourist permit, the paper that I showed you earlier, will say that these attractions are free, but for some of them you have to pay. This is one of the ones that you have to pay. The entrance fee is 500 Afghani for foreign tourists, which is about 7 euros or about $8, $7.50. Worth it. The castle includes a museum and also a gallery which is exhibiting Afghanistan art from medieval periods. A lot of them are about wars, but also about the devils liking their humans salty. And of course, there's also love and romance. Stairs, stairs, stairs. You love stairs, right? Everybody does. And this place is marvelous. Look at those domes. I spoke about them a lot in the Iranian episodes. Those are responsible for keeping the perfect climate inside, even when it's hot as hell on the outside. The impressive thing about this fortress, it has been here since the 3rd century. It's been built, I think, around 330 by Alexander the Great. Since then, it's been destroyed and rebuilt many times. Many civilizations came and went, and the condition of the fortress became pretty poor throughout the last century, and it has been reconstructed quite extensively. This part over there is where sort of the last fortress, the big part is, but at the moment it is not accessible. They are still reconstructing that part. They're just having a look around at how amazing this place is and how big. By today's standards, it might not seem that huge, but if you consider the size of the population in those times, this place is enormous. This is a very frequent thing, both in Iran and in Afghanistan. When you go around the historical sites, whether it's on a pile like this or on the floor, fragments of these spaces, that it doesn't look like anyone is going to really restore them to former glory anytime soon. Though there is also a huge museum filled with historical artifacts. You can see some of these there. Quite a sight. I really love this. I mean, think about it. Think about the fact that where you're standing now is where, Alexander the Great built this fortress almost 2,000 years ago. That is crazy. The Middle East is phenomenal because the climate allows for really good preservation, and that is why you have all these temples, all these castles and historical buildings that are still preserved until now. I really don't like when this happens. Generally, I love to climb whatever is the highest place that I can. Stairs or no stairs. And I was really looking forward to this viewpoint when I've seen it from down there. And now I got here and it's not happening. So that's a bummer. This is the peak in the main citadel. The sort of proverbial last bastion of defense. Though sadly it is not accessible. At the moment they are still reconstructing this place, so I can sort of only have a look through this gate or bars or whatever you want to call it. But straight ahead there in the middle you can see part of the original brickwork, and these are being, I don't know if you can see it, but the towers are literally held together by ratchet straps. Yep, you heard that right. Ratchet straps are holding that whole thing together so it doesn't collapse outwards. Well, good midday, really. It's now time to leave Herat. Hans headed off a couple of days ago, so I've had to deal with fixing my brake and doing a bit of editing and sorting myself out. So from now on, it's solo Afghanistan adventures. And now I'm heading into the mountains. Yay. In the next episode, we're gonna start crossing the Afghan mountains through the road that nobody takes. Mostly because it's considered a bit suicidal. Stay tuned.